Jack, good to see you.
Thank you.
It's a sad thing to ask you at the very start of it, but obviously a lot of people in football very, very sad to hear about the death of Cheick Tiote.
Yep.
What did you make of the news when you heard it?
Obviously shocked as everyone else. There's been a lot of bad news lately, and that was another something to add to that equation. And it's deeply saddening. And I think there was news that he was not far off expecting a newborn child, which just adds to the whole situation. You can't help but feel incredibly sad and just hope that his family and everyone's getting support and hopefully getting through this as well as they can do.
Thanks for that. Let's talk about you. Back in the England squad after more than a year away, and it's been a difficult year for you with all those injuries. How does it feel to be back here?
Extremely good. It's been a long time, and I've got the three lions back on my chest and wearing that shirt again, which is always has been an honour and proud moment for me and my family. So to be back here after some difficult times is really good, and just thoroughly enjoying being back and looking forward to the week ahead.
It's been a different weekend for you, hasn't it? We hear the manager took you to Devon and you were with the Royal Marines. What was that like? How hard was it?
It was tough, but it was one of the most rewarding experiences I've ever had. We got to experience their way of life, the way they do things, their values, and just how tight knit they are as a family. And I think as a squad and players, we all benefited from that. I think there was a lot to learn and stuff that we're keen to take forward in what we're trying to achieve. So I think it was very positive and rewarding for everyone in the squad.
This manager with England seems to want to do things differently. He told us that was trying to toughen up the mental resolve, perhaps, of this England squad. It's the sort of thing he does. He thinks differently. He thinks out of the box, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think that's important. We always want to achieve as well as we can do, but if you keep preparing the same, you'll get the same results. So I think that's something that Gareth lives by, and it's important that we stretch ourselves. And the Marines talk about something called disconnected expectations, which is the shock factor. It's being taken out of your comfort zone and then being able to perform as well as you can do when you're at your most fatigued, when you're at your most out of your comfort zone. And that was something that was big for us, and being able to pull together, not just us as players. We were carrying everyone through it. It was the staff, it was the kit men, it was the media guys, it was everyone involved in everything we did and all the team bonding exercise. And I think everyone learned a hell of a lot about each other from the couple of days we spent with them.
Talking about management, there are some Stoke fans who are questioning Mark Hughes right now after a 13th place finish in the Prem, after you'd had three successive 9th place finishes. What would you say to those supporters?
I think that's purely the expectation that Stoke fans and the club has. But we're behind the manager, and we're happy with the way this season finished, but know we can improve. But I'm back here with England, and that's all that's important to me right now after such a long period of time.
Back here and battling with Joe Hart for that number 1 jersey. Just how, I know you get on very well. Yeah. I know you've known each other for a long time, but it's a real rivalry, isn't it? It
is, but it's an extremely positive one. I've known Joe for a long time, all the way from, when I was in the youth team at Birmingham, and he was on loan there from Man City, and we've always had a healthy relationship. And I think that bodes really well when we come into squads, is that I'm keen to do as well as I can, and in turn that pushes him and likewise pushes me back. So it's really healthy and positive, and I think gets the best out of each other.
I want to ask you about Marcus Rashford, who is staying with the senior squad this summer rather than going to the under-21s tournament in Poland. You went to 2 of those tournaments, and I know how valuable you found them. Is that a shame from your perspective? How much of a benefit would it have been for him to get that tournament experience?
I think it goes both ways, and I think it shows just how strong we are as a country and the young players that we have, is that, we are actually talking about Marcus as being one of the best, talents that we have in this country, and quite rightly so deserve to be with the senior side. It would be a positive experience either way, but it also gives the younger players now a chance to step into his place in the under-21s and show what they're about.
The manager's also said that he wants to avoid having one single England captain going forward. Now, look, you've been tipped as a future England captain. You were captain of his side in the under-21s. Is that disappointing from your point of view? No,
not at all. I think that's testament to the manager and what he and we are trying to achieve as a team, is that you can't get anywhere following one person. Not that one person can, shoulder all the pressure. And it's important that we all step up as individuals within the team and support each other. So someone will wear the armband, but we've all made it clear, and the manager's made it clear, that that's not the defining factor of this team. It's about everyone standing up, players and staff alike, and coming out of their comfort zone and doing what they need to do to make us successful.
What do you expect from this game? Hampden Park, in a game like this, could be very different from Wembley when England rolled them over 3-0, couldn't it?
Yeah, well, it's a rivalry. It always has been, always will be. It's a qualifier away to Scotland at Hampden Park, and it's going to be a great occasion. For us, it's something we're really excited about, and I know that Scotland will be as well, trying to get one over and get some revenge back on us. But those are the games you want to be a part of. As a player and as a fan, you want to be at those games. You want to experience those feelings and those atmospheres. And I think everyone in the squad's really excited about the opportunity to go up there and win the game.
Last one from me, Jack. You referred to it right at the very start that this is a tough time for the country at the moment. As an England player, in the light of those recent attacks, do you feel safe, or do you fear that the England team could be a target?
No, I feel safer than ever. I think the country, our emergency services, whenever we've had tough times, everyone steps up and goes above and beyond. And never have I felt safer after sat home watching the concert on Sunday, and just those fearless fans and people were out there watching, and everyone bought into the fact that no one's going to beat us and we're going to stand up. And that's the same for us. We trust our security team. We trust the emergency services, and we're going up to Scotland on the weekend with no fear and looking forward to just playing football.
Jack, hi. Ian Dennis, BBC. What type of exercises did you do with the Marines?
A lot of team bonding stuff. A lot of things that demanded us to work as leaders and work together as a team, outside our comfort zone in a marine environment. Things that not a lot of people have experienced before. A lot of people would be surprised that everyone in the squad bought into it, no matter their background, no matter where they live or who they play for. Everyone got stuck in and ultimately had an incredible experience. I'm sure you've probably heard there was no phones, which is something that some of the lads might have struggled to deal with, but no, everyone got involved, and I think we've learnt more about each other in the last couple of days than we would have done in any other occasion.
And what did you learn about yourself?
For me, I always try and be a leader. I always try and learn, but to actually, try and better other people as well. It's not to try and lead the way, but knowing when there's opportunities for someone else to take the reins, or whether it be Tony, our security guy, who was wearing a GoPro kind of filming it all, and you could see he was struggling. There was times for him to lead the way, and it just, what I want to be is I want to be a part of a successful team, and that's what it felt like. So for me, it was taking all of the Marine values, what they believe in, and trying to bring that into what we're trying to achieve as an England squad.
So spill the beans. Who was the best? Who was the worst?
Funny enough, Tony, the security guard, won the overall reward. The Marines have an award, a dagger, that's given to the best recruit that sums up the commando spirit. And I think as a team, we all bought into that, and it just shows what we are as a group. It's not about the players; it's about the staff and everyone behind us as well. So Tony got that award as being the most commando-like. Even at 60-odd years old, he was our leader, and thoroughly enjoyed it.
From a personal point of view, you obviously had the injury against Germany. You then suffered the same problem in August, and you had a setback in December. Yep. And you speak to people behind the scenes at Stoke City, and they say that your attitude and your work ethic are two of your best attributes. What was the one thing that drove you on during those dark times?
Just missing out on doing what I love and being part of a team. It can be a lonely place when you're injured. So one of the things I missed out on much was just being able to be out there with your teammates and experiencing the highs and the lows, and that's what we all love in football is that experience. So for me, it was just the drive and belief that I wanted to get back to where I was. I wanted to make up for all the lost time, for the missing out on the Euros, for missing so many Premier League games, and just getting back playing with my friends and with the teammates and trying to make my family proud again. So it's not nice to not be able to do something you love for a long time.
And how reassuring is it that you've got a manager at international level such as Gareth Southgate who's got faith in you?
I think he's got faith in everyone. The way he's came in, he put his values on the line, he put his reasons on the line why he wanted to be England manager and what he think was going to make him successful. And that's as he's experienced the highs and the lows just like we have. And immediately we felt bit of sympathy with him, but then belief, because we know what it's like to win and lose, and ultimately everyone got behind him. So I think everyone's extremely excited about what we can achieve, and Gareth's leading the way, and we're all following him.
And finally, from me, how would you assess the state of goalkeeping in this country? Obviously, you're here with a talented bunch. You're competing with Joe Hart to try and dislodge him as number one. But if you look over your shoulder, you've equally got somebody like Jordan Pickford who's coming up on the rails. Yeah,
you've got Jordan, you've got Freddie Woodman, who's just reached the semi-final with the under-20s as well. And it's a great time for English goalkeeping. Great time for English football. The young squads are doing extremely well, and the goalkeepers are kind of the focal points of that. And I think it's testament the way the goalkeeping squad is. I mean, there's 4 of us here. You've got Jordan, who could quite rightly be here as well, who's going to get some great experience this summer. Angus Gunn also in that squad as well. There's a lot of young goalkeepers that hopefully, if they get the game time that they need, certainly that I experienced as a young player, then we could have a really good future of goalkeeping.